Please make welcome the next contestant, and no other person than one and only Oludasa.
Politics is a game of power where politicians pose themselves as the players, but the real players are the voters because politics is a game of numbers. If election day is game day while INEC has been authorized to be our referee, then let us all come out to play as we wear the name of our political parties as our jerseys. And when it is game day, but you choose not to vote by sitting on the sidelines, I hope you end up being happy as the party that won and not the other parties watching their mistakes on the highlights. It does not matter what team you support. Are you an APCow or a PDPig? Neither does it matter what you politically feed on. Do you feed on pork or do you feed on beef? It does not matter what tribal lines you leave behind. Do you live up north or your heartland is in the east? Because by the end of these elections, the goal of every PVC is to be counted by the poll line technology, to say the least. Politics is a game of numbers, and it is your choice to vote, and now is your chance. Again, politics is a game of numbers. It is also your choice to stay behind and watch from the stands. Whichever way it is, the choice lies in your hands. But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when voters have lost their lives defending their votes and the PVC can be bought for a custard plastic of rice? But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when the voters' plights are never addressed because locating the people's problems is not part of our government plans? But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when the truth is the choice of the people has been taken from them and the choice of the Godfather becomes the choice of the land? But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when families have mourned the loss of their corpers who serve the countries like soldiers, but the difference is khaki doesn't come with bulletproofs? But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when the people want to speak with their votes, but their votes cannot speak because with the help of some help, the voices of the vote has been choked? But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when democracy is meant to be for the people, but the democracy we observe is government for some people? Now everybody wants to work for some people so they can have something in their hands. But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when the only options the system provides is to choose between the devil and the deep blue sea? And we already know whoever wins doesn't change anything. It is still us, the masses, that will keep losing. But how can they convince Nigerians that the choice lies in their hands when they leave us with no choice than to be slaves in our lands?